Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This is Drops Cotton Merino. This 50% superwash merino wool, 50% cotton yarn features 26 colors. The colorway that we chose is 29 sea green. This 50-gram skein with 110 meters or 130 yards works up as a DK weight yarn. The suggested gauge on a US 6 or 4mm needles is 21 stitches and 28 rows per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For our swatch, I will be using a 4mm needle size. In today's video, we're going to review and score Drops Cotton Merino using our 5 categories, which are availability, softness, traction, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you and your next project. Stay tuned until the end for a few pattern recommendations as well. Would you like to see how all of our yarns compare to one another or enter to win our monthly giveaway? Join our free newsletter linked in the description box below. Let's get started. For availability, we give Cotton Merino a score of 2.5 out of 5. This Norway-based brand, although very popular overseas, is a little bit trickier to come by for us here in the States. Currently, this yarn is not available in shops in the US and only in a few colors on Amazon. However, I purchased and shipped mine from the United Kingdom and was very satisfied with how easy it was to order my yarn from Wool Warehouse and have it shipped to me here in the US. For softness, we give it a score of 4.1 out of 5. With this yarn being a 50-50 blend of superwash merino wool and cotton, it very easily could have gone either way of being too dry or on the softer side. I was pleased that this one wasn't overly dry or irritating to my skin. For a comparison, it is softer than Knitting for Olive Pure Silk and not quite as soft as the Fiber Co. Luma. I'd say it's pretty comparable to Concept by Katya Cotton Yak. For a micron count or softness scale rating, I'd say it's around a 22 micron count, so just hardly outside of that typical merino softness range, but it's definitely not scratchy either. I think it's a pretty good happy medium of softness considering the two fibers. For its appearance, this yarn didn't take on a woolly look, but the merino did give the cotton a noticeable amount of softness and bounce to it. Up close, you can see the different colors that are twisted together to create its unicolor as Drops describes. When it comes to breathability, cotton and merino are both breathable fibers. After blocking, we did notice the swatch had a bit of a cooling hand, so you shouldn't have to worry about overheating in this yarn. It could be a great option to consider if you live in a warmer climate or even just as a summer yarn. For traction, we give it a score of 4 out of 5. This very twisted 8-ply yarn was actually a little intimidating to look at, as it had me questioning will it split and be a nightmare to work with. I was happy to find that it split on me only twice while knitting my swatch. I found it to have a good glide and amount of grip on my nickel-plated needles. Even though it is a 50% cotton yarn, I did appreciate the amount of bounciness that it had, as it made working with it more enjoyable than say if it had no stretch or give. For durability, we give it a score of 4 out of 5. Merino wool is more durable than cotton on its own, but I think the good of both fibers do complement the less good in the other. Cotton doesn't have any give or stretch, merino does. Merino can sometimes get too warm in the summer, while cotton absorbs water and allows more airflow. Merino is prone to pilling, cotton typically is not. Hopefully you can see what I mean here by complementary fibers. When it came to the stress test, we are happy to report that we didn't notice any pilling fabric to fabric. However, as I was feeling the swatch with my hand, I did notice some pilling. Since the merino wool is superwash treated, you'll be pleased to hear that you can put your projects made in this yarn into the washing machine on a gentle warm cycle and lay it flat to dry. For cost, we give it a score of 4 out of 5. For being a 50-gram skein, you can expect to pay $4.44 US per skein, depending on the day and the conversion rate from the British pound. That breaks down to just under 4 cents per yard, meaning a size medium sweater would cost approximately $42 US. Overall, we give Drops Cotton Merino a score of 3.72 out of 5. Unfortunately, its availability rating really brought down the score of the summer yarn. I absolutely believe it would be in the lower to mid 4 range if it was more available. But nonetheless, the cost is great. It was a nice, soft, and bouncy cotton blend yarn to work with, and I would love to make a garment with this yarn. So we had a little look on Ravelry and wanted to share a few pattern recommendations with you, hopefully to inspire you if you're wanting to use this yarn for a project of your own. The first pattern is the Crescendo Summer Top by the Knit Purl Girl. It comes in 11 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 32.5 to 58.5 inches and recommends 1 to 3 inches of positive ease. It is a lightweight t-shirt knitted from the top down and in the round. You have the option of working a ribbed collar or starting with an I-cord cast on. Then you work the yoke, all of which is charted with a diamond lace pattern and shaped with lifted increases. At the end of the yoke shaping, you have the option of working some German short rows to improve the fit of the top. You'll then divide the yoke into the body and sleeve sections, casting on some underarm stitches in the process. Next, you'll work on the body and then the sleeves. You do have the option of finishing the body and the sleeves with either some ribbing and a tubular cast off or a knitted hem. The next pattern is the Summer Slipover by Sofie Hågensen. It comes in 5 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 31.5 to 44 centimeters, not including the adjustable width given from the I-cord ties. It is knitted from the bottom up in broken rib. The back section is knitted first, followed by the front section with the neck opening. After the front and back sections are sewn together, an I-cord edge is knitted along the neckline, as well as I-cords for tying at the sides. Broken rib is very elastic, so it is important that the top is washed and blocked to achieve the right fit. The last pattern is the Holding Hands Baby Blanket by Yasemin Ersoy. It is a free pattern that comes in 1 size, using a US 4 or 3.5 millimeter needle to achieve gauge. It features a seed stitch border and a plaid twist design throughout the entire blanket. It is worked flat, but I would still recommend using circular needles to make sure you have enough room to work on the width of your project. I think this yarn would suit a baby blanket so well because it is machine washable, breathable, and warm. Have you used Drops Cotton Merino yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.